friends.
Hello, everyone.
How we doing?
Welcome to the Trophy Room pre-show. I'm your host, Joseph. Alongside me, the greatest co-host, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. How are you, sir?
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm excited to just talk about things today instead of work-related tasks. It's been a week.
That's fair. And likewise.
Also, chat, I totally forgot to switch it to low latency, so you're going to be a little delayed. My apologies.
How dare you?
Let's see if we can stay perfect in this game.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds is attacking my ears. 1 second.
Why is Ryan Reynolds attacking your ears?
Because good question. Because I have the stream on, and I was talking to Hida. First off, shout out to Hida and Nisa in the chat. Both of them, the double ends. I don't like that nickname. They came in like
Also,
20 minutes early.
Hida's with an H.
Is it? Oh. Why did I think a silent N?
I don't know.
Hida. Nothing even resembles.
It's okay.
No, I'm just dumb.
It's okay.
Anyway,
No, you're not.
shout out to both of them because they were here like 30. I showed up. Nisa was here. So I'm just here getting the link, and Nisa's just like, "What up? I'm waiting patiently."
Did you tweet we're live yet? By the way,
I just did on the Trophy Room Twitter.
Good. I will tweet that.
Well, thank everybody that's coming in. So can it? What up? Now I'm jumping on my Twitter. Because God knows it doesn't fucking work anymore. Oh my goodness. Listen, y'all. It's been a week in video games. I'm excited to talk to you, Kyle, but I'm more excited, honestly, about the guessing game. What do you got here?
Yeah, let's do it. What do you think?
Pokemon. This is a Pokemon bullshit game.
I was thinking Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Are we thinking Violet?
What's the one? The Hello Pikachu?
Detective Pikachu? Or are you talking about the Say Hey Pikachu?
Or is it like Hey Eevee and Hey Pikachu?
Oh, Let's Go Eevee.
Oh, it's Let's Go. Okay, yeah, that one. I'm excited to get excited about Nintendo again. Does that make sense?
It's not that. Yeah. Okay, looks cel shaded.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, I'm going Dragon Quest.
Oh.
Dragon Quest 8, I think it is. No.
Right, he was like, yeah, let's go. Hey, you.
It's not 9. Is it 7? I always get the number wrong. It's Journey of the Curse King. Yeah, 8. Damn it. I thought that was 8.
Damn. We're not even the same genre?
Not the same IP. So this is, I'm thinking, a Tales game.
Okay. I'll take this. If this is anything Japanese, this is totally your board. Hey, everybody, you guys can't hear like rumbling of lawn work. For some reason, a next door neighbor's like, you know what? 8 o'clock at night, best time to do the lawn. Best time when everybody's just trying to relax, maybe even record a podcast.
What's up, Master OXX? First time watching live. I always listen on Spotify. Hey, welcome. And yes, Hida, that is what I'm thinking. Tales of Symphonia. Let's see if we're right. Boom.
Oh, what a weeb, dude.
What a weeb.
What a weeb. I love it. All right, what's this bullshit here?
It looks like a painting.
Right.
Like, is this like a Rayman?
That's a good one. Like, what is like a Rayman?
Origins?
First off, what's this ad? Oh, damn it.
Oh, sorry.
Rayman Origins. No, I want to know.
Nisa says, my former landlord would mow the lawn at 9 p.m.
Go to hell at that time.
Okay, it's not Rayman.
But a 90 or 89 on Metacritic.
Ooh.
What's that? What?
Is this, because I'm seeing tiles, is this a Final Fantasy Tactics?
Oh.
Or a Tactics-like game?
Okay.
Because that's the Y button.
Fair.
It's Xbox.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I was even reading into that.
So Candace says Fire Emblem. Do they have a Y button that's yellow? I don't know the buttons on Nintendo. I'm being perfectly honest.
Let's do Fire Emblem. I like what's
myself in 4K right now.
No. Yeah, does it? Is it? I don't think it's
Which
yellow.
one? Should we just do 3 houses?
Yeah, let's do 3 houses. Is that the one with
I don't
Camilla?
think that's. Okay, it's not Fire Emblem.
PS4.
PS5.
Xbox. Is this oh my god, is
We
this
just talked
Unicorn
about it.
Overlord? You think so?
I don't think that went to Switch. Did it?
Oh no, it definitely went to Switch. I just don't know if it went to Xbox. Yeah,
No.
Heda's also saying
Let's go Unicorn.
Overlord, maybe.
I like that.
Again, the latency is not quick.
Oh,
Oh, look at us.
now
So,
who's the
there
weeb?
might be a
You know what
little
I
lag
mean?
on our end. Yeah.
That's definitely vanillaware.
God, real talk, I really want to play this game so bad.
God, it's so pretty.
It's so pretty. I love a good strategy game, dude.
Mm.
I'm a slut for strategy.
SFS. Slut for strategy.
That's right.
Okay.
So it looks like some WarioWare bullshit.
Okay, hold on.
Some WarioWare bullshit.
I feel like I played this game.
Because of the tile?
These bricks in the background.
The bricks. Okay. Think about it. Is it an easy plat, Unicorn Overlord? How long's that plat?
Uh-oh.
I got time over the summer. That's all I'm saying.
You know, I don't think it is. Let's just do Rogue Legacy. Because
Okay.
I think we already had it recently, but...
Oh, this looks like a Mega Man.
Oh my god, what is the Mega Man game that's not the Mega Man game?
Oh.
Mighty Number
God.
9?
Let's put that bullshit in there. Let's see.
Is 79 too high for that game, though?
No, that does actually seem too high. Put in a Mega Man.
Just put it in a Mega Man, you know?
We gotta...
What,
Mega
11?
Man 11. Yeah.
Oh, holy shit!
Bring back Mega Man, dude.
Nice.
I have forgotten how much I loved Mega Man as a kid.
Mm.
He just fucking rocks, dude. Full design. Fucking love it.
What up, Galvinson?
What up?
Good evening, all. Have a great show. Thank you.
Trying. Gonna try. It's gonna be a hard one because it's a lot of depressing shit, man.
Didn't Capcom say that there was another major release happening this fiscal year and we haven't learned about it yet?
I hope they mean it's Mega Man.
Right?
Yeah. It's such a perfect Portal game.
Yeah.
Okay, what's this? Blood?
I think I know what it is.
What do you think it is?
I think it's that Deadly Premonition game.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'll
we'll
say
move
that.
on. But as the first guess,
PS5 told me it took 27 hours to get the plat for Unicorn Overlord. Are there any missable trophies? What up, KD?
What up?
This week's show is definitely going to be something.
It's
I also
gonna be
want to thank everybody for putting in so many questions about this topic. It shows that I wasn't just like SEO hunting. This genuinely, I think, bothered Kyle and I both so much we wanted to talk about it.
And it's like it affects PlayStation as well. I have thoughts. I don't want to get into it. I have thoughts.
All right, fair enough. That said, who won the beef, Kyle? Who won the beef? Kendrick? Obviously.
Oh, obviously. What are we even talking about here?
The murder.
I've had BBL Drizzy stuck in my head all week.
Oh my god, dude! I've had Not Like Us in my head the first 2 minutes when he hits the first hook. Man, holy sh! I was like, this is a murder. What we are witnessing is a murder live on Spotify. Nuts.
Who is this man?
Who's this old man?
Who's this PS2, PS3 era man?
It looks something like a square, a square, right?
You think?
But it's also
is this someone's head?
I don't know. Yeah, y'all had to hear that.
I didn't hear anything.
That's nuts.
It's not it, but I'm going to put the Saboteur.
Saboteur.
It's a great game, by the way. Holy shit! Are you kidding me?
Whoa! I literally went to some like, yeah, probably not it. I'll wait for the next image. I went to look for Hita's comment. You nailed it.
No way!
Wow.
Yeah, this game's pretty good, as I say on that screenshot.
Yeah, I was a fan.
The really cool thing about this game is everything is in black and white until you liberate the zones, and then it gets colored in.
Oh.
And it takes place in Paris, France.
Paris.
Yeah. It's an open world game. I think it's a very underrated game. It's pretty good.
Okay.
That's fucking wild.
Oh, it's Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. Didn't we already have Sea of Thieves recently?
Probably not, but so they told me Sea of Thieves.
No.
Okay, fuck me.
Oh, wait a second.
TBD. To be.
This is definitely like a oh my god. It's like a side scroller.
Yeah.
Metroidvania. What was that mouse game I played?
I don't know.
I talked about it on the show.
Mouse game.
Curse of the Sea Rats?
Oh, wow. That would be a deep cut.
It would be, but hey. No, okay. PC. Oh my god. Who are these little lads? That's Jason Mask.
Yeah. This is bullshit all about.
It's not Party Animals, because that came to Xbox. Got a little jump pad, it looks like. TBD.
Nisa says Stray. But Stray came out on PS5, though.
Yeah. And Stray doesn't look like this.
It doesn't look like this.
Is there a PC game called Stray?
Spore, damn it. Let's go with...
Did Spore come to Xbox, though?
Well, not Stray. Love it. Love you.
Let's do Spore.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to open up OBS. I'm going
Hero.
WandaVision for a sec.
Multiplayer fun mini games. Excuse me?
Multiplayer fun mini games. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
I think I gotta skip it. I gotta know a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
skip it. This is
2018. Oh my god, it's the board game. What is that game called? It's like it's a Mario Party game on PC.
Oh, that's cool.
What is it called?
Mario Party game on PC.
Pummel Party. Thank you, Katie.
Katie coming in clutch. You kidding me?
Hell yeah.
You kidding me? Oh my god, Halle Berry. She's very attractive. Let's not skip this ad.
They can't see the ad.
Well, only I could see this ad.
Yeah. It's for
beautiful.
Core Water.
Okay. Core Water. I'm gonna go pick up Core Water.
I never played Pummel Party. I've watched people play it. Maybe that's
it looks fun.
It seems a little bit familiar. That's cool. I've never seen that mini game.
Yeah, that looks really...
It's like a Splatoon kind of thing.
Yeah, right? Like cover the thing up
in your terrain. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay.
All right. Let me see here. What in the ship?
Is that a tub? What?
Rub-a-dub-dub.
I'll let chat,
Yeah, let's let chat come in on here and they help us out a little bit. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, the mini games are.
Nisa, those stairs did look like they were in Stray. I don't blame you. So Gana says, "Oh my god, I know that game."
He knows this game.
Let's see if YouTube censors you.
Let's see. Because this looks PS3 level, right? Right?
It could be a modern game. It could be this generation, like the background.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that looks pretty smooth.
Okay. Let's see. So Canada says, "Oh my god, I know that game." So Canada, you gotta help us out.
I'm gonna press skip.
Okay.
76. Oh boy.
Ew. I don't like that.
Is this a killing floor? Let's do Killing Floor.
They say Scarlet Nexus, but I say let's do Killing Floor first.
You played Scarlet Nexus, right?
Yeah, but I've also played Killing Floor. It doesn't look like...
No, it's not. PC, PS4, Xbox One. Excuse me?
Interesting. PC, PS4, Xbox One.
We got a mechanic on the map.
Mechanic on the map.
I'm guessing those are upgrade materials, maybe?
Evil Within
Oh,
2. Oh, so I think
perfect.
Silcanic's on this one.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job, Silcanic.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get into it later. Now that I'm into survival horror games, I need to play these.
Yeah. Same.
I've heard nothing. I'm such a huge fan of Michael Huber, and he just adores these games. So
yeah.
I trust that man's word. Oh boy. Alrighty. Let's count the pixels.
Hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
Command and Conquer.
Okay. A specific one?
No.
We're doing Red Alert?
Just Command and Conquer.
Okay. No.
Too old. God, no. Not, stop this shit. Too old for Metacritic.
Okay.
It seems like a strategy, right?
Are these nations invading?
Exactly.
Katie says Fallout 1.
I don't hate that idea.
Let's do it.
Let's do Fallout 1. Let's check it out.
By the way, I have like 3 or 4 episodes left of Fallout.
Oh, buddy, how you liking it?
It's pretty good.
DOS. Motherfucker. Come on. DOS?
He just says Dune. Was there a Dune game on DOS? MS-DOS?
Why not? Why? Here's the thing. I'm going to be honest. This is a Robert F. Kennedy conspiracy
Let's go
theory
Dune
that
2.
I have.
Holy shit!
Holy fucking shit! Holy shit, dude. You kidding me? You kidding me, Kyle? Here I was going to say.
I swear on everything that is holy or unholy.
Yeah.
I have zero knowledge of what these games are before we sit down to do this.
Yeah.
That's fucking
that
wild.
Makes sense. That's Spice production right there.
Shout out to Hida for putting out Dune in there.
I was going to say, I don't think DOS really existed. I think we believe.
That's
we think.
Wild.
Existed, but really didn't.
That's wild.
What up, Luke? Xbox #1 apologist, Luke Snore.
Oh, man. The one
We only got one. We only got one, dude. But like, other than that,
we've got a couple. You know what? Let's
just one more. Just one more.
Let's fill the gap. We got 4 missing. We got to fill the gap. You know?
Yeah. Okay. Why does this tell me Prince of Persia?
Let's go Prince of Persia. The PS2 ones. So let's do like Warrior Within. No.
Fuck.
96.
Could this be Baldur's Gate?
I think I know this area. I think this is I know exactly where this is. I think this is with the Oh my god. What is Lysel's the church?
The Githyanki?
The Githyanki. Like the first area there.
The nest?
Oh no, it's not.
Oh,
PS3. Skeleton Man.
Skeleton Man 96?
Yeah, what?
Only
a
PlayStation
PS3
3?
exclusive at a 96? Uncharted did not have skeletons in it.
No. This is interesting.
The first one had like crazy monsters. 2 was the Yeti people.
I mean, Strubles is still like, Strubles is in. He's like, this is Uncharted 2.
Okay, I'll put it. I just don't remember.
Let's do it. But like, I never even thought like Uncharted 2.
I never. Wow. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
You know, is that multiplayer?
We're bad PlayStation hosts.
Is that multiplayer?
Oh, it is.
That's why.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Great multiplayer, by the way.
Yeah.
They threw it. Yeah, they threw me off.
All right. We got this.
Okay.
I don't got this. Yoshi's Island.
Kyle's. Look at this guy.
No.
81 on Metacritic. What's the put in Pizza Tower?
Oh, that kind of fits the art style. It's not, but I liked it.
What about what's the bullshit games everybody likes from Double Fine?
I just said Day of the Tentacle.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's not that.
It's not.
Was it only PC?
Only PC action adventure game. Why do they look like it's Alien?
So Kenneth said Terraria.
That looks like the Alien guns. Why are they? Yeah, Luke said Day of the Tentacle.
We'll let chat catch up a little bit.
So Kenneth says Starbound.
Listen, I know not to go against Silcanet in some of these. Boom.
Wow.
Thank you, Silcanet.
Wow. Good
All right,
job.
2 more, then we'll get spicy.
Yeah, then we'll start getting angry and stuff.
Yeah.
Broken boxes.
Is this a Souls? Is this some swamp somewhere?
No. Good guess. It doesn't look
Elder
Souls-ish.
Scrolls? This is a Morrowind?
Maybe a Morrowind. Type of Morrowind. See what we get here.
No. A pacifier? What?
Well, look at that little boy staring at a pacifier like a creep.
He looks a little too big to be staring longingly at.
Right?
Pacifier. No, I don't think Plague Tale.
No. This is bizarre, though. Can we hit skip again?
Yep.
Dog.
360 exclusive.
360 Is this Brothers: A Tale of Two Souls?
Was that
whatever?
Was that 360 exclusive?
I think so.
Okay.
Let's type in Brothers.
Let's do it.
I'm pretty sure
How about
Brothers.
My brother ate my pudding. Can we do that one?
That is tempting.
Brother Tales Two Sons. Ooh, Katie says Fable. I feel like that's a better guess than Brother. Let's go Fable.
Okay. I don't think it's Fable, but okay. Fable 2?
We'll go Fable 2. It's not, but it's in the franchise.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Fable, let's do Fable 3.
Yeah, Fable 3, there it is.
Good job, Katie. I would not have thought. Fable 2 is the one I spent the least amount of time with. Fable 3 made me upset visually.
I never played a Fable.
First game's excellent.
That's what I heard.
Legitimately one of my favorite RPGs.
All right, last one before we start the show.
Oh, great. Yeah, we got an easy one.
I'm going to, right off the bat,
I'm
going Wipeout.
Actually, not terrible idea. Now you say
it's in the franchise, so which Wipeout is
89? Wipeout 2? There's a Wipeout 64?
PS1 was, I'm guessing, 3? There we go.
Bam. Look at us.
Wipeout's real good, y'all.
Look at us. Yeah, go play Wipeout.
That PS4 collection is stellar. And if you have a OG PSVR headset, it in VR is a really fun time.
I'll throw up.
Yeah.
I'll throw up. All right, everybody, let's get angry. Let's get upset. I'm about to throw a fan.
Please hold.
Okay.
There we go. I had to get us back to our normal scenes.
Our normal preset.
All right. We will see you in 16 seconds.
Oh, wait, no longer. Greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 375 of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, this week we are talking about the Helldivers 2 community backlash, Media Molecule's next game getting back to basics, Microsoft's decision on shutting down Tango and Arkane Austin, and so much more as we do it live each and every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on youtube.com/PS Trophy Room and podcast services each and every Thursday. With all that said, with all that out of the way, the greatest co-host, whoever is, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson, how are you, sir?
What a loaded question. Personally, it's been a hell of a week work-wise.
Fair enough.
Very worn down. Very excited to have Friday off.
Good.
Gamer-wise, also pretty tough.
Okay, fair.
Just with the news and whatnot,
I got you. I was gonna say, is it hard to get into anything in particular?
Yeah, it's just like not having enough time, and with work being so much, just kind of like, let me chill out. But I'll just say it now because I haven't been playing much for later. I'm on the last side mission of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, so I can begin moving into the main story to finish it, and then potentially platinum it before we meet with by the players. But
nice.
That's kind of the go-to right now.
I haven't gotten much gameplay playing, but I have been using a lot of my PlayStation Portal. So I'm happy to get back into like you know what? I feel like I'm being a little lazy. Let me go downstairs, hang out with the dog, and like have my Portal ready. It's nice to get back to those simpler days. That said, Kyle, I want to ask you a question. Of course, the starter question as we start each and every show. I want to just get us a little warmed up. You know what I mean? A question, thought-provoking one that I've seen across the internet. Kyle. You're wandering through the forest. You come across a man or a bear.
Oh boy.
What scenario would you rather encounter?
Are we inside of Baldur's Gate 3?
We are just in the forest. You walked outside 5 steps, Kyle. You're surrounded by thicket over there in Staten Island.
We're in a cabin in the woods situation.
What are you choosing?
Can I ask qualifying questions, or I just
Please.
have to choose?
Qualifying, sure. Yeah, give me some qualifying.
What kind of vibes am I getting from the man? Young, old? Is he?
Great question. Great question.
Looks same.
You don't get to choose. You don't get to choose. You just, it's a guy. It's like out in the distance. You see out of the distance. You're like,
okay, a humanoid figure.
Yeah, that's a dude.
But
it's a man. Yeah. And I understand this question is more about like the systematic problems within our society for females. I understand.
Yes.
But trust me.
Same distance away? So
same distance away. Yep, same distance away. Think about it.
I think we're going bear.
Thank you. Thank you, someone of sound, rational mind, body, and soul.
Just off the off chance, because I'm so far away, it might be a dog.
Right. Well, not even that. Bears are fucking terrifying. Are you kidding me? Well, like, and I get it. I get the purpose and the question posed. I'm not whatever. I feel like, in my heart of hearts, if I weighed 150 pounds and I see what am I rather coming across, a dude or a bear? I feel like I am more capable of fighting the dude than the bear.
Yeah.
The bear's a killing machine. Every time I ask this question or the question's raised, people go, what type of bear? Like, we're all bear experts. They're like, oh, it depends. I mean, like black bears, they're like big dogs. That's the thing that like triggers me, Kyle.
Hold on, I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
I chose which one I'm going towards.
Yeah, which one you'd rather go towards? But wait, you said bear.
I said bear.
Oh, okay, never mind. You're wrong. Here's the thing. I have a fighting chance with another human.
Yeah.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
I do not have a fighting chance against a bear.
No, you're totally right. Yeah.
God forbid, because people are like, what if he laid a trap? What if I walked in and like her cubs are like 3 yards away and I didn't know, and now she's going to maul me to death?
Yeah.
I've seen The Revenant.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio again.
You're
across.
making great points. And I chose the bear not thinking I could take a bear. Right. It was more of like, I don't know how batshit crazy this guy is in the and I realized, yeah, I could probably most likely take him, but I'm not exactly a fighter.
But it's like my odds are better though.
Yeah, my brain went like, okay, the bear is so far away.
Right.
It might be, a dog
or
some other type of animal.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he could torture you. It's like, yeah, but like a bear mauling you.
Oh, bear gets me, I'm done. There's nothing.
You're done. And sometimes I've heard like stories like people like it's hours after and they pass.
Yeah, again, I've seen The Revenant.
Right. And I feel like we're all falling for big bear propaganda. You want to know how terrifying bears are? I got a call from my father on my cell phone. My father never calls me on my cell phone ever in my life. So I'm thinking something really bad happened to him at work. He goes, first thing he goes, where's your mother and the dog? Concerned. I go, I don't know. Why? What's up? He goes, there's been a bear sighting. Like, I'm like, where? And he's like, it's like the town over. Be careful. You don't ever see man sighting,
Actually, you do. It's called a wanted poster.
Or Amber Alert, whatever. But it's semantics. No, much rather take the bear. I mean, a man.
Yeah. No,
I also have my wits about me. I never trust a single soul. If I'm out I never want to be out in the woods. First of all.
No, I enjoy a good forest walk.
Nope. I'm like, give me a shotgun because there could be a bear. They're dangerous.
Here on Long Island, though, we don't have bears. Wild bears.
Who knows, though? Any day, bears can move in. I've seen Yogi. That's the thing. Yogi doesn't want you to know.
Now, Sasquatch and Bigfoot? I don't know.
Exactly.
That I'd be more afraid of. What if the man in the distance is Bigfoot? And Bigfoot and a bear? Whoa,
Sasquatch.
I think I'm going bear.
Right. I mean, yeah, like Sasquatch and bear, you gotta go bear, I think. But even then, like last night I was walking my dog, making sure she goes tinkle before she goes to bed, right? Mm-hmm. I hear a bark from another dog. Mm-hmm. Sounds a little mean. I jumped. I went, oh! And I went in a fighting stance. Turn around, fighting stance.
Did you let go of the leash?
Nope. Stance was firm.
So the leash was not. Image, just so everyone is clear, you jumping up with a fighting stance, you're basically hanging your dog by a leash as your fists are up in the air, and the dog and Abby's just like dangling.
And I would like to say,
it was one of those, not around the neck.
No. It was around the neck. The harnesses she gets out of. It was.
Oh, the retractable ones.
Yeah, the retractable.
Got it. Okay.
It's the retractable leash, and I did wrap myself around, so I wouldn't. I did tie myself. It wouldn't have been a good fight. I would have failed, and it would have ended up being a poodle. But I was prepared, just in case. And I went, "Oh, you startled me, creepy dude." In a Long Islanders like windbreaker, which is like it's 85 out.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Didn't say a word, and I'm like, "Oh." Sorry, I thought it was a big dog for a second, and a coyote, and then just pass on. And then I have my wits on that person.
Yeah.
Again, we're falling for big bear propaganda.
Can I tell you what I'm most afraid of out here by me?
Yeah, well, sorry, I just want to say my foot stance is not whack. What's that?
Owen's a tiny human still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have giant-ass hawks that fly around. The hawks thinking Owen's like a rabbit or something, it freaks me out. The moment I see them circling up in the sky above me, there's like 3 that have a nest nearby. I'm like, Owen, you need to stay near me right now. Yeah. I don't mess around with that.
Yeah, these hawks are about to get mollywopped.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I had a friend in high school and college who's had a bucket list item to punch a pigeon in the face because the guy he hated pigeons so much he was just like, come close, I swear I want to punch a bird out of the sky real bad.
I thought you were gonna say I had a New York friend in college that was taken by a hawk.
Could you imagine how big that hawk would have been to accomplish
pterodactyl
that? Jeez. Oh man.
All right, listen, I want to get angry about video games, okay? And I want to talk PlayStation while doing it. Before we do, a little bit of housekeeping. Of course, the Trophy Room store, we got merch, baby. Head on over, support the show, look good doing it. And of course, our Buy the Players. Let's get right into it. Dive into Buy the Players discussion each and every month. Head on over to the Buy the Players channel on the the Trophy Room Discord to sign up. This June, we are tackling the God of War, Ragnarok. Spots are filling up fast, so sign up by May 31st to join the conversation. Got questions? Reach out to Marcus O'Neill 79 or Drellish in the Discord this month as well. And I know seats are already filled. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. All that and more. Patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. You know what it's about because it's time for the Patreon pitch. If you ever got you through a long car ride, a tough day at work, whatever your situation may be, it really does help us out. If you head on over to patreon.com/PS Trophy Room, it's the reason why we look so good, sound so great. It's because of your generosity over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. I want to thank our newest member, Mike Thomas at the Platinum tier. I want to thank our premium producers, Todd Burwitz and Toxic. I want to thank our Platinum members, Jay Shea, Jedi Master Ren, Cowboy Danger D, Jonas Young, The Green Gorilla Gamer, Chaotic Monkey, Ryuko Kill 90, Stephen Flesh, Troubles and Bits, Bertos Maximos, Chris, Hybrid 748, Matt Valdez, Silk Cannet, Decimine, Jedis Von Metal, Mitchell Gramling, and Randy Hale. I want to thank our gold members, Cypher Primus, Doth Simon the Pie Man, Jesse Garcia, JB the Purple Monkey, Hyde Indoors, Katie, Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, Marcus O'Neill, The Red Arrow, Aegis Hermit, Androsaur, Astronaut Jr., not to be mistaken with Astronaut Sr., The Winter Gamer, Robbie Bobby Miller himself, Brunton Zachary, Captain Logan, Final Fan, XZ, Hambone, JD Dillinger, Stone Cold, Tino Six Speed, NJ Johnson, Sean McKenzie, Rick Arrington, Spam and Bam, and Matthew King, Overlord, Dewani Raksha, Drellish, Rick Davis, Steph Midler, Samuel Nestling, Maximum Carnage, Solo, and the Lord Commander Suddy. Everybody, thank you so much for your generosity. Also, just a little heads up, the allergies are thick, and now my throat's dry, and I got a runny nose. I'm breaking apart. So that said, Kyle, would you mind if we square up the news? Well, I take a drink.
How many C's in that thick?
What's that?
How many C's at the end of that thick? We talking thick with 3 C's? Thick with 2 C's?
Let's do 3. I think 3 is, it's not, it's sensible. 4, okay. We're going a little overboard.
It'd make heads turn in the streets if you were walking down.
Exactly.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Zarmina Khan over at PS Lifestyle writes, Helldivers 2 PSN requirement on PC pulled after intense backlash. Sony has reversed its decision to mandate PSN account logins for Helldivers 2 PC players after a weekend of intense backlash and review bombing campaigns that extended to other Sony and Arrowhead games. The publisher said that, quote, it's still learning what's best for PC players, end quote. It's not unheard of for games to require linking external publisher accounts for their games on Steam. However, Helldivers 2 is an interesting case because the game was sold in a large number of countries where PSN isn't available. While it's a common practice among console players to create PSN accounts in multiple regions, a large number of Steam players in non-PSN countries found their accounts blocked when they attempted to link them to Steam, likely due to the discrepancy in regions. Players also found it unsettling that creating PSN accounts with false information to circumvent the regional restrictions is actually against Sony's term of service, leaving them at the company's mercy when it comes to dropping the ban hammer. Helldivers 2 subreddit was full of complaints from players in non-PSN regions who invested hundreds of hours into Helldivers 2, only to end up getting banned for having the wrong GPS coordinates. Valve ended up pulling the game in 177 countries and issuing a large number of refunds before Sony caved. Sony's own goal here is astonishing considering the PC accounts for a majority of Helldivers 2's sales.
This was nuts over the weekend.
This was something that I heard of vaguely, but I didn't read too much into it just because of things going on. But
yeah, no, I mean,
wild.
And to me, it goes into like the new what the future of PlayStation looks like, because it looks very ambiguous alongside like something like, again, like Steam. And so even for me, I'm like, when I saw the quote unquote outrage, I'm like, All it is about signing in with a new email.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought
Okay.
on face value. Like, that shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, I'm like everybody, like Xbox has it, Ubisoft has it, EA has it, like everybody has. So to me, I'm just like, this
Discord
doesn't
has it.
Discord, like, so I don't see the hubbub. But then when you add in the 175 plus or whatever can't get into the game now, you can't even play. I'm like, that's when we have a legitimate issue.
Yeah.
You know. That said, Bertos Maximus writes in, he goes, why can't the PC community play nice and just accept just accept what Sony wanted to do? Seemed a bit silly to me. Know that all we just want to play games and have a good time. Plus, it's not very democratic arguing to those who rule Super Earth, you know? What's your thoughts? So, okay, Kyle, what do you think? Do you think, Bertos is right here is like, just kind of like overblown, overrated, like hubbub? Or do you think there's like legitimate gripes that people rightfully displayed that like, yeah, like, I don't know, this linking is overblown? Or do you think the contract is silly? I don't know.
I don't think it's silly, especially for the players in the countries that don't have PSN.
Right.
I completely understand their frustrations there.
Yeah.
But I also, on one hand, and please tell me if I'm reading this the wrong way, chat as well, keep me honest here, because I'm flying by the seat of my pants right now. They could still play it elsewhere? So the linking that got them banned, they like, or was it only, see, yeah, no, I've lost the plot here.
Because you're such not a PC player.
Like, that's the thing, like, to me is, if you were already playing the game before, then it should be an easy thing, unless they're only specifically talking about PC players.
Yeah, so they're like specifically saying PC players on Steam. They pretty much said, "Hey, listen, you have until May 6th to get your affairs in order."
Mandatory.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And so like they're like, you have until May 6th to go up and sign up for PSN because of safety reasons for
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then in that case, then yeah, I'd be mad for the people because like if it is a mandatory thing and it messes you up and it ends up getting you banned because of the jargon in PSN's back end.
Yeah.
That's a huge bummer and that stinks.
And so like for me, I'm right there with you. I feel like, yeah, no, they absolutely have a right to, the Helldivers community absolutely has a right to voice their concerns appropriately. And I want to know what you think on this. And I also think they have the ability to downvote the game because they don't like what's happening to their game. And so they have the ability to vote with their wallet. I don't think that's them speaking out of turn. I don't think that's them being disrespectful to the devs. I saw some people say something along those. I'm like, no, they're just voicing their discontent and their issues with this new policy that, to me, it's not just like mandatory, Kyle, but it also seemed like you get nothing out of it. Like if PlayStation's like, hey, listen, we're doing this because of crossplay purposes.
Sure, yeah.
At least like the rub, I would get that. It rubs off a little better. But for them to go, oh, I'm sorry, yes, Kyle Stevenson, trophy room.
Another just clarifying question, because I see Nisa in chat. But they still sold it in the countries without PSN? So
correct.
Is there not a way for them to make it not mandatory for those countries on Sony's side?
And I think that's where it gets hairy.
Or is it because Steam is not a region-locked kind of thing?
So it would be like, well, why can, Joe Schmo in the Philippines now be able to play without a PSN account, but me, who lives in the Netherlands, has to get a PSN account, right? It's like that. It seems like it's not.
It's a weird decision of who needs it, who doesn't.
Exactly, and like so for me, it's like, yeah, there's no bonus or incentive for anybody to go out there and do this. It just seems like, oh no, we're doing it and we're doing it now. No matter if, and I do remember PlayStation going out there saying, hey, listen, this is going to be a mandatory thing that we're going to be doing in the future.
Yeah.
But like in the heat of the Helldivers rush. I don't think many people read all that. They're just like, cool game, looks cool, purchase. So like, to me, I'm with the Helldivers community on this one.
It would have made more sense if I was in their position. We're like, hey, in a few months, this is happening, and here's the steps that you need to take.
Yeah.
And here's what the rollout is, instead of such a quick turnaround of like, hey, guess what? It's happening. You know,
and you got 3 days to do it.
It's similar to like when they were like, yeah, the PS3 stores are shutting down. The Vita digital stores are shutting down, and you got what, a month, and then they heard the backlash and they extended it for like a year.
Yeah.
It should have been a longer period of time of preparation before they flipped the switch.
Yeah. And like, you know, Bacon in the chat says Sony bet the knee. Yeah, because like, you know, they weren't just, so here's the other thing, and this is a question for you, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Helldivers community is upset. They're now starting to downvote Helldivers 2 to a very poor reception. I think it was at like 42%. And then they were going to other PlayStation games and downvoting them.
Oh, that's stupid.
Is that an overreach? Is that them like going, hey guys, come on, relax? Is that them taking it overboard? Because like the argument here is like, well, you just showed a community that got a little toxic at this point, that this behavior is going to get them what they want. And so does like having Sony quote unquote bend the knee, you know, show that like, oh, in the future, if I have qualms, this is the way to do it. I kick and shout.
I'm not a huge fan of that, and I understand them doing it to Helldivers itself, but now you're actively affecting devs and other teams that had nothing to do with this decision for this game.
Fair enough.
And that's kind of where I don't like it, because it'd be different if there was a way to direct it directly at Sony on Steam, not go after games that were developed by other people outside of it. But Steam is like the wild, wild west when it comes to that. Like, I wish there was a little bit more of just and maybe there is, again, not a PC player, but you have to play a certain amount of time before you can rate the game, instead of just doing it. Same thing like Metacritic and stuff. Like, there needs to be some sort of prerequisite that unlocks that ability for you to do that.
And it's very weird that now, like, probably Sony will walk over to Steam or Valve going, hey, can you not, could you make like some type of prerequisite? Like, it's them not being in that power position where like if they could go in their store end and go, not until you purchase the game and not until you play the game.
Yeah,
it is strange of them going to ask Valve, probably, just say, hey, why is this a thing?
Yeah.
You know, that said though, John E writes in the chat, I still think they're going to do it with their next multiplayer game. They delayed it with Helldivers because of server issues, which is true. Like, Helldivers 2 came out. First off, no one thought it was going to blow up. So, like, you know, the weird cross-play issues that PC and PlayStation had, where, like, I couldn't even see some of my friends' lists or the wrong list would come up. They had a lot of issues that they needed to patch out there. So, yeah, no, without a doubt, I think the next game that is multiplayer centric, like Concord, 100% you need a PSN to log in. Question to you though, Kyle, do you think that's going to hinder a game like Concord that's going to come out later this year, hopefully? So PC gamers would be like, I don't trust PSN because the hack back in the 2010s. You know, what do you think?
Again, I can see why people would feel that way. Especially when you bring up like the way PSN has had some breaches multiple times at this point. But I also think it's a different situation if that is clear from the start.
Yeah.
And it's not after the game released and it has a dedicated community and it's blowing up, and then they implement this, and then they kind of have to do damage control. I think if you lay out the plan from the get-go, I think it's less of it has less shock value, I think.
Yeah, I feel like if it's out in just like day one, hey, this is what you need to go, oh, okay, whatever, here's my email.
Still not great, but like...
Yeah. And again, like for me, it's like, well, we're so divorced from the PC culture,
Exactly.
you know.
I'm just used to like putting in the disc or downloading a game and playing
The
it.
woke mob of
No,
the
no, don't do
PC
that.
Steam community. So like to me, it's I don't understand the outrage because like yeah, I have my Xbox account, I have an Ubisoft account for the hell of it. It seems like that I even have like connected to my PlayStation. So like to me, I truly don't. I think that was an overreaction. The but I think there was a valid argument found in oh yeah, there's so many countries that don't have PSN. This is kind of dumb if we do. That said, Galveston writes in, I have it on PS5 and PC, and I have my accounts linked, but no cross progression. If they add that, what happens to my progress? And that's it's another good question that I think is going to take time for Sony to answer because I wouldn't trust linking my PC and my PS5 version. I guess you would link the version that has the most progress on it. Like I would link my platinum version on PS5, but I wouldn't do that. That said, Ghost of Tsushima, Samurai at _23 writes, Ghost of Tsushima coming to PC later this month. Sweaty emoji. Yeah, and they said it. Single player version, not going to have a requirement to sign in, but multiplayer, yes, you will need to.
For Legends.
For Legends, you're going to need that. That said, I do want to say this. Nisa writes in, they love Dreamlight Valley, man. PlayStation players can't do crossplay in Dreamlight Valley. Thank you, Nisa. Thank you.
That might be a Disney thing as well.
A lot of people, though, they're like, why do this, Kyle? Why? And to me, it's very simple. PlayStation has seen this game is taken off. It's the 7th most profitable game they have ever put out, which is nuts. Within the first 3 months, PlayStation sees this and they go, monthly active users. I could show this at the next shareholders meeting. Monthly active users, and this is their way of going, hey, we could connect people with our ecosystem. More monthly active users, guys. This is a catchphrase that we're going to use here. This is a hashtag. MAU, baby. And that's all they see. It's for the shareholders. And I think that's what we get down to it, which I think the theme of this episode is going to be, which is it's all about the shareholders, baby. There's no real benefit to us. And I think that's where I am of the people. I feel the burn here, which is like, if you're not going to give me anything in return of doing this, I don't want to do it. I don't want to sign up, give me a bonus. That's it, Kyle. Do you think if they added a little armor or a little knickknack? What do you think?
Yeah.
Little cape?
This is why I stick to single player games,
None of that entices you?
Nothing.
Really? So if you're like even if it's a single player
stuff
game.
doesn't really holy crap, Owen. I don't know if you heard that loud bang upstairs.
I thought that was you putting your hands on it.
No, that's Owen upstairs. I think he's jumping off the couch or something. He's a wild man.
SummerSlam up there. That's awesome, dude. I love this kid.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, cosmetic stuff doesn't really sway me. I think it was cool that I bought Kratos in Fortnite, but that's as far as I got.
Okay.
It's not like, oh, here's a new skin, gotta run out and get it. It's just I like what I like, and I rarely change any of that customization thing.
I got the Raptor Man in Call of Duty. You kidding me?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very much. Even if it's an ugly sweater, I'm like, deal. That dumb. That said, it looks like one of the community managers that was on the Discord that kind of let people say, hey, voice your discontent. You can always downvote the game. They got fired from it from suggesting that. Do you think that was an overreaction on Sony's end? Do you think, because now the community's like, no, bring that person back. Hire that person back. Hire him back. Do you think the community's right there, or do you side with PlayStation? You're going, yo, why would you say that to people? Why would you give them this idea?
I'm kind of on PlayStation side there.
Right? A little bit. I kind of...
You're as a community manager, I feel like you're trying to put out fires, not add fuel to it.
It's kind of like when you're in GameStop during the holiday season.
Yeah, whether you like it or not, you can't go out there and voice your displeasure. there's a reason why, like, on Twitter bios, you say these words are my own. Like, these tweets are my own. It's not tied to a company, a project, or anything, because then you run into this. And
yeah. I mean, I think this will be the only time me and Captain Logan ever agree. He writes in the chat, not appropriate for an employee on a company account. Yeah. It's like, again, it feels like if I'm out, like I've made that a ding like that before, where it's like, well, and then I let out a little company information maybe I shouldn't have at GameStop. And they're like, oof, that didn't make me feel any better. Whoops.
Yeah.
And so I totally understand that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like when you say to people, oh, the new open game's not actually new at GameStop. Like that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you give me a discount? Sadly, no. It's like, oh, you let the genie out of the bottle, and now, okay.
Sorry.
All right, Kyle. Now that we got that controversy out of the way, I feel like we tackled it all.
Really quickly, Joe.
Democracy prevailed. Yeah.
Where's this next story from?
This next story is from... I'll get it. I'm sorry. I've done this like 3 weeks in a row.
Nope.
Take it away.
Okay. Media Molecule's next project is more of a game than a creative tool, co-founder claims.
This comes from Jordan Midler over at the VGC.
Appreciate you, Jordan. Thank you so much. Speaking to journalist Ben Hansen on MinMax, Healy, who departed the company last year, spoke about what's next for the British studio behind Dreams and Little Big Planet. Quote, I don't know exactly what state their project is in now. I don't think it's secret news that they're working on a new IP, for example, Healy told Hansen. I would dare to go as far as saying it's more of a game than a creative tool from what I understand about it. Healy then addressed the worry some Media Molecule fans have about the future of the studio, given the recent spate of high-profile studio closures and the decision in October to lay off 15 to 20% of Media Molecule staff. Quote, Sony has still got a lot of faith in Media Molecule. At the very least, they're going to get to make this game, Healy said. Sony ended support for Dreams, Media Molecule's last project, in September. Following this, a number of staff departed the studio. Just last month, Sony indefinitely shuttered the online servers for PlayStation 4's Little Big Planet 3, months after it claimed it, quote-unquote, temporarily took the game offline while it resolved technical issues. Healy co-founded Media Molecule in 2006, following his roles at Bullfrog and Lionhead, where he worked alongside Peter Molyneux on such titles as Magic Carpet, Dungeon Keeper, Black and White, and Fable. After Media Molecule was set up, Healy was creative director on the first 2 Little Big Planet games before moving on to Dreams, where he served as director during the game's lengthy development. It was first mentioned by the studio in 2012 and was released in 2020.
Kyle, I mean, with the news we're about to talk about, I get that Healy has a lot of confidence that this next actual game from Media Molecule is gonna come out, but truthfully, Kyle, I don't know anymore, man. I don't know.
That is such a, because I'm kind of with you. I'm super excited for it. I'll be there day one.
Yep.
But nothing is certain anymore.
Right?
Like, it's like when I was younger. Okay, hear me out here. This might be this might not be right. It was like you're a kid when I was younger, and you come home, you got an A on your test, but mom or dad are just in a grumpy mood. They had a tough day, and they don't really care about it. And they're like, "Hey, go do the dishwasher, go vacuum, whatever." Yeah. Like, but look, I did this really cool thing. Doesn't matter right now. There's other things that we need you to do.
Grey's Anatomy's on.
Exactly. Like it's that same kind of feeling of like, no matter how good you do or what the plan is, and if it's a good plan and you're excited about it, other people have more power and say, and they ultimately get to decide, which I don't love. That's kind of where I'm at right now.
To me, the idea has to be super commercial. Like, Little Big Planet didn't mean much to it doesn't mean much to me. I love Little Big Planet 2. My favorite memory is being able to beat it in one sitting at when I was snowed in at GameStop one day.
I never created, but I would play the single player stuff.
Too dumb.
And have a good
but I'm
time.
like, oh, this is a pretty fun platform. Like, I'm having a blast. It's so Mario, but I'm having a blast.
Tearaway's great.
Tearaway's great. But to me, I from what I understand, it was very merchandisable. Like kids love Little Big Planet. So for me, it's like, okay, if they have something where they think they could do this cross media idea where it's, here's a Netflix show on top of, a platform or whatever have you, if they can market it correctly, okay. And I think the key word is at least finish this game. I think that's telling. It's like, okay, at least we'll get a chance. But even then, in the current climate, it's like, maybe it makes sense. And I'm just talking out loud here, Kyle.
Yep.
Maybe it makes sense with them doing the closures that they did at Media Molecule to say, hey, here's a small team and here's a small goal for you to hit so that we have Astrobot, Sackboy, and maybe another little cute little platformer. Because I don't think they're going out there making a third-person shooter,
No.
What's up, Patches in the chat? What up, friend? Congratulations on the engagement.
Oh, congrats.
But yeah, so like for me, it's just, I don't know. Everything's so uncertain. What would you like to see from them, though? Let's just say if this gets to fruition. Yeah. What would you like to see Media Molecule do? Would you like them to continue doing their, hey, here's a cool action platformer? Do you want to see them do like a Metroidvania? Like what's the scale of this game, I guess?
It's a great question.
Thank you.
Because, yeah, platformer is like their bread and butter.
Yeah.
They know how to do it.
Great at it.
And I wouldn't mind that, but also with what they learned from Dreams, I would love for them to do something completely different.
Yeah.
Whether that's a first-person shooter, like a cutesy first-person shooter, I think would be kind of fun. Because I think I played some Dreams demos of like first-person shooters, and they're like, Dreams was hella impressive. It was incredibly cool. So yeah, I would be in. I'm into anything that they will put out. I will play it day one. But
I would love to say like, what about a cool like Metroidvania? But Metroidvanias don't sell. I think their easiest bet would be like, here's a platformer.
Yeah.
Here's a 3D. Here's like a
to get another mascot to go with Astrobot. Like it's like you said.
Exactly. A banjo, but we actually use it and respect it.
Bring back Croc,
Bring back Croc. Don't just put them in Super Smash Brothers with an awesome design and then never use them. No, Banjo-Kazooie. I'm still angry about this. Okay. And then never use them. Never. Ever. Thanks, Microsoft. So like, yeah, something that is within, I think, their wheelhouse. I would love to see them tackle give them another chance at a platformer. Again, buy some transmedia stuff in it to get a suit excited about it, and then maybe that's where we get a best chance. I just hope that Sony's words remain true here, because man, this industry is really fickle about things.
Can I throw another wrench into what their next IP might be?
Go for it.
How would you feel if Media Molecule's working on a VR game?
Nope.
Well, Dreams was in VR.
Nope. No. We have to give up the ghost on VR.
I know. I just thought of it and didn't want to throw it out there.
I mean, no. I trust me. I would love the idea of them going, "Hey, Dreams in VR too." I think that was something they were working on prior. It's like that looks awesome, but PlayStation, I think, is very much done with VR. They may sell the headset and they may not say it out loud, but they mean it. Diablo, question in the chat: isn't Diablo a Metroidvania? No. I think Diablo is its own little thing. Yep. Like a Diablo game is distinctly Diablo. There's a lot of.
You have more hours in it than I do, but like in Diablo, you aren't unlocking a skill unlock a new area that you've already gone through. That's like Metroidvania style of game.
There's backtracking, but it's not in that way. It's more like dungeon based. Yeah. All right.
Oh boy.
You're dead. Yeah.
Here we go.
All right, Kyle. I want to preface this.
Uh-huh.
This news is not necessarily PlayStation news. There is news, bits and pieces of it are PlayStation related-ish. This is industry moving. This is industry shattering. this is going to affect the way that we view how games are made in the coming future. That is why this story is the main story of the night. That's why we are talking about it, and we are not, for the love of God, though we have probably nothing nice to say about the leadership over at Xbox. We're not going to be this is a PlayStation, shitting on Xbox thing.
No.
This is us voicing our discontent at how the industry is currently looking.
If you out there are listening to other podcasts who are celebrating this, drop them like a bad habit.
Yeah.
There's nothing to celebrate with this news, no matter where you choose the game. It's so unsettling. Michael Harradence over at PS Universe writes, Microsoft closes multiple Bethesda studios, including Arkane Austin and Tango Gameworks. Xbox manufacturer Microsoft has shuttered a number of game studios under the Bethesda umbrella, including Arkane Austin and Tango Gameworks. In addition to the above, it has also been confirmed that Alpha Dog Studios is closing its doors, while ZeniMax Online Studios will assimilate Roundhouse Games. Sadly, Arkane Austin's vampire co-op outing Redfall will no longer receive any further updates, as Microsoft has pulled the plug on all future development on the project. The game will remain online and will issue a quote-unquote make-good offer for users who purchase the Hero DLC. Microsoft's head of Xbox Game Studios, Matt Booty, confirmed the studio closures in an email to staff. Quote, Today I'm sharing changes we are making to our Bethesda and ZeniMax teams. These changes are grounded in prioritizing high-impact titles and further investing in Bethesda's portfolio of blockbuster games and beloved worlds which you have nurtured over many decades. To double down on these franchises and invest to build new ones requires us to look across the business to identify the opportunities that are best positioned for success. This reprioritization of titles and resources means a few teams will be realigned to others, and that some of our colleagues will be leaving us, end quote. This latest round of closures is yet another major blow to the games industry following last year's mass layoffs, which are sadly showing no signs of slowing down. Microsoft itself announced a few months ago that it was planning to cut 1,900 jobs from its workforce. And Dinka Bakaba, the creative director of Arkane Lyon and Blade, reacted to the news on Twitter. Quote, This is absolutely terrible, he wrote. Permission to be human. To any executive reading this, friendly reminder that video games are entertainment cultural industry, and your business as a corporation is to take care of your artists, entertainers, and help them create value for you. Don't throw us into gold fever gambits. Don't use us as straw men for miscalculations and blind spots. Don't make our work environments Darwinist jungles. You say we make you proud when we make a good game. Make us proud when times are tough. We know you can. We've seen it before. For now, great teams are sunsetting before our eyes again, and it's a fucking gut stab. Leon is safe, but please be tactful and discerning about all of this. And respect affected folks' voice and leave it room to be heard. It's their story to tell, their feelings to express, end quote.
$3 trillion company posting record profits, of which the company they just absorbed, ABK, 55+%, or was it? Profit made, increase year over year. Studio closures.
Yeah.
Makes sense. That's great.
Yeah.
Katie writes in, Hey guys, more of a rant from me this week, but here we go. We are seeing talented studios being demolished by greed time and time again, and it continues not to make any sense to me. I get that during this long period of layoffs that there are situations there it cannot be avoided. It's literally all they can do is stay afloat, but I just don't see that with these big companies. Are you telling me that companies like Microsoft, Sony, Epic, Embracer, Take-Two cannot afford to take some hits? Microsoft just spent billions of dollars on an acquisition, and it seems like if you aren't COD, Fallout, Elder Scrolls, or some of Blizzard's big IPs, then you're on your own. I feel like the trust for Microsoft and people like Phil Spencer has been, well, truly damaged. Another example, Take-Two shutting down two of their smaller studios when they are about to drop GTA 6, a that are guaranteed. This isn't the case of it. They are guaranteed to pull in billions. It's pure greed with these big conglomerates. Simple as that. Yeah. Let's get mad about PSN accounts and Stellar Blades quote unquote censoring. This will make Microsoft conference interesting. Quote, let's get excited for this game where if it fails by even a smidgen, the studio could suffer layoffs or even be closed down. Okay, rant over. Apologies for that. No, granted. As always, love you guys. I need a breather.
Well said, Katie.
These companies that are posting these layoffs are not in the red. They're posting record profits.
It also, it's try to for a way to word this. Previously, when talking about games, let's just use Hi-Fi Rush for example.
Sure.
They were extremely happy with that game.
Mm-hmm.
They loved how well it did.
Yep.
They loved it so much that it was, a game that they wanted to test the waters with on PlayStation and Switch. There was a sequel, I think, in early development. Mm-hmm. They were excited to move forward of a smaller scale game that did extremely well for them. It was a Game of the Year nominee for a lot of people.
Yeah, and won them legit awards.
And the fact that game, in our eyes, did not fail. Yet here we are, and even the receipts of Xbox people saying just how happy and
Eric
ecstatic
Greenberg,
they are.
head of their marketing, yeah.
They were so ecstatic over it and the future of Tango underneath the Microsoft umbrella. And now here we are, a year and change later, and they are no more.
Yeah.
I mean,
boggling.
I think one of my biggest takeaways when I saw this was that, not that I had a whole lot of faith in these heads, public figure heads of these companies, but like this even just is, for me personally, take it even step back and not celebrate them and put them on a pedestal as much as I feel like we do.
Thank you. And we fail at that all the time. Exactly. And that's the thing that angers me.
Exactly.
Like, I literally put out a tweet. I let me get to it now. You triggered me in the best way possible.
I activated you like the Winter Gamer.
Yeah, I've been activated. It's like, remember back DICE 2022, right? DICE Awards handed Phil Spencer a Lifetime Achievement Award. For what? Multiple console launches and acquisitions of Mojang, Ninja Theory, and ZeniMax Media, the parent company of Bethesda. What a fucking joke. Why? Because this guy has a gamer score, wears a t-shirt of Banjo underneath a blazer. Oh, he's the guy. He's the guy. That's great. It's great. What? No, we need to be critical of them. It's okay to say, hey, listen, like Miyamoto, right? Influential developer, but he's not infallible. Right? You know, Hiroki Totoki, his name rhymes. The guy's gonna make some big mistakes. The guy's probably about to do, listen, the PlayStation's, financials, they come out in about a week, I believe. Trust me, we're gonna be probably talking about them and what Hiroki Totoki has to say and us rolling our eyes. Remember, Jim Ryan cares about his cats more than his employees. So, like, these people are just people here to make money for their company. We have to divorce, oh, wow, Phil Spencer's really great on stage and he's great when he's answering questions, away from it all. We have to stop. We fall for it time and time again. We fall for the charm of these execs that are just really well media trained.
And to those of you out there that I did see a little bit of, it would be like, well, it's not Phil's decision. But Phil can fight for it. If it's people above Phil, and Phil has such a faith in it, he should fight a little bit for it. And again, who knows what it is behind the scenes, but
it doesn't matter who it is behind the scenes. He is president of the of Microsoft Gaming. Mm-hmm. It falls on him, whether it's Satya or not. Remember, this was his idea. He went up to Satya going, "Hey, ABK's on the market. Let's go." So, like, no. At the end of the day, it falls on his shoulders. That's it, Kyle. While I'm stewing, do you mind reading the next question? Because I feel like that will trigger me once again.
Another trigger. A second phase, if you will.
Phase 2 of this evolution of madness. Yeah.
Green Gorilla Gamer writes in, "Sup, boys? In the madness that was the Fan Expo and the following weekend, my 22nd birthday. Happy birthday. I have fallen behind in the show for the first time in years. How dare you? No, it's okay.
Catch up, bro. Come on. We'll leave you behind.
I don't have work anymore to keep up with podcasts. Really hope I find work soon. Absolutely. Segue.
Best of luck, brother.
What the hell's wrong with Xbox? Or better question, what the hell's wrong with most companies? You have talented developers pushing out incredible games and they end up getting shut down for no good reason. Where are they going to go for work? It seems like the gaming environment has been taken over by massive corporations and there's no safe place. You either risk signing with them to get money for your project, but you may get shut down later on, or you stay independent and try to make a dent in the overwhelmingly bloated library of games we get each month. Really pissed with Embracer for obvious reasons, but I'm throwing Xbox right alongside them. Is Sony a safe place? My gut tells me no because of recent closures, but my heart tells me yes because of their strong partnerships. But where do these studios go from here? Is there a safe place for them to keep making games? Hope you guys are doing well. Would love to play some games again sometime.
This is what I mean when I say we're not going to make this an Xbox versus PlayStation thing.
Oh, yeah.
No one is safe right now.
Nope.
The whole AAA gaming space is evolving and is making mistakes as they go along, right? We talk about the COVID bubble, it bursting, these CEOs, these C-suite execs thinking that gamers are always going to be confined to their rooms and they're not going to, one day this pandemic wouldn't be over. It's just bewildering, right? And that's part of the reaction to it. The other part of the reaction is money's more expensive than ever to borrow, right? Because of inflation. That's not just here in America, that's just worldwide. The thing is, and I was on a Xbox show talking about this, and I want to expound it here because I think this is the place. You can be an Arkane Austin. You can make a bad game and you go under, right? You can make a hi-fi rush. The game is a critical darling. It's going to win you tons of awards, and the marketing side makes the fumble of shadow dropping it, not knowing what gold they had, and it succeeding still because your head of marketing said it succeeded on every metric. But it's either they lied or it's not a Call of Duty success, and so there you go, out the door with you, right? Or you could go on to the other aisle, the PlayStation aisle, and we could take a look at Insomniac Games, who has held up this generation for PlayStation since year one, who has given PlayStation the fastest selling PlayStation game in history, only to have 5 months later layoffs. Why? Because Wolverine's taking a little bit longer than they thought it would. That's the crossroads that we're at. We're at the same exact time we've trained the audience to go, the only thing that games need to be is 60 plus hours long. We need to see every pore on every person's face. The animations need to be close to realistic. All of that. And these players aren't even beating the games at the end of the day. Like, the thing that annoys me the most is that when people beat Spider-Man 2, they're like, yeah, I platted it in 30 hours. A little short. What? Most players aren't even beating these games, or most players are not engaged fully via the subscription service of like a Hi-Fi Rush. They're not even beating the first level because they're like, not engaging enough, and they walk away. So it's either the hook doesn't come soon enough for people to get fully invested, or people go, for $70, I need a game to be 70 hours long. It's just unsustainable. And it's burning creatives out. Look, we have Neil, we have Corey going, this might be my last game. This is getting, there's too many things here. So no one's safe. No one's safe right
now. No. And just because I don't know when this part of the conversation will happen, and I thought of this earlier compared to something I read of the reason why these, I think it was a Matt Booty email, being how they had all these big ideas but not enough people to manage them, I think was the quote. Am I right?
Something along those lines, yeah.
Oh, it's almost like we've gone through a year with thousands of people being let go. It's not like you don't have people ready and willing to hop in and work in this industry just still, but you're going to add to that number by laying off hundreds and thousands of people, more people. Like it just doesn't make any sense to me.
It's like even like we'll go through the PlayStation route, right? To just keep it fair and honest and balanced. It's like, hey, listen, we see this trend, right? I'm Jim Ryan. I see this trend.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. Everybody's playing games online. It needs to be a games of service game.
Yep.
And then PlayStation London Studios goes, oh, we have a games of service game. Well, we have ideas. And they go, oh, great, work on it.
Yeah.
And then Jimbo gets, I don't know.
Gets cold feet.
He gets cold feet at the going away party, and then a week after guts the studio.
Yep.
There's been a lot of movement at PlayStation from higher ups.
Yeah, even further back when they just shut down Japan studio.
Yeah.
Just
a whole bunch of heritage just fucking gone.
Exactly. Like why?
Japan Studio literally helped give us Bloodborne.
Yes, I know, and so many other like incredible games.
Like without Japan Studio, they would not reach out to From Software. We would not have this beautiful fucking game. Why? And so like you go over to the Xbox side of things, it's not fucking better because it's like, and I'm sorry, I'm cussing too much. I know it's explicit,
it's
but
fine. It's fine.
The bleep's too far away from me. So it. You have this situation where like a week ago we were going to talk about, hey, who makes the next Fallout, right? Because Microsoft wants the next Fallout. Looks like this was the answer. Hey, listen, so we're going to have these studios, right? We're going to, offload them, and we're going to make Bethesda the things Fallout, Elder Scrolls. I doubt you get Starfield 2. I'll be real with y'all. Doubt it. It's gonna be Fallout, Elder Scrolls, a Doom every once in a while, and whatever IP, Blade, and maybe Indiana Jones. Which, let's be honest, I love indie. Yeah. So it's not gonna hit. The movie lost $300 million. So like, and then you have the ABK side, which like Call of Duty, World of Warcraft. And that's what it's becoming. It's not about the studios. It's just about the IP that they're retaining.
And I think that is another big reason why I'm so angry. It might be outside of people being out of work now. Obviously, that enrages me. But people love to bring up the fact of like, we need new ideas. We need new IPs. Let's not just get the big franchise with a new numbered entry in it. And here we are. Tango giving a fresh new IP. Gone. Dishonored. Arguably some of the coolest and freshest like setting when it came to Arkane Austin, which Leon split from them. They were like, Leon was part of just Arkane. They made Dishonored and Prey before they split. And sure, Redfall didn't hit, but that was a cool ass idea.
And it wasn't their fault. They literally,
like,
the thing that pisses me off is like, this is a Bethesda problem. First off, they were tracing trends, right? So they're like,
just like, hey, PlayStation with games of service.
Exactly. They're like, hey, listen, everybody wants a live service game. Austin, you guys make a live service game. Go for it. And they're like, well, we don't do this. And they were hoping that Xbox would come in for the save, going, hey, this is running into a lot of development problems, and they could go off and create another sim game that they are known for doing.
Yeah.
Because Game Pass's illusion was, hey, we let the developers do whatever they want. It's about their creativity. Let's get weird with it. Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment. Nope. No. That's not actually the fucking truth. So you get these situations, right, where like Arkane's not getting the support because everybody's over there helping Todd, right? And so like they're left to put out a bad game to try to make amends and patch it for their player base, and then they're just like, we're just gonna cut the cord.
Yep.
Goodbye. And Phil Spencer promised he would not go and close down their studio on Kind of Funny.
No,
he did.
Yeah, and I just want to again bring up Dinka's quote because I think Dinka crushed it. Specifically, that last line of "make us proud when times are tough," and that is something I feel like, as an industry as a whole, we are sorely lacking. You see it happen a little bit when it comes to Sony and Days Gone and Bend, where the kind of was just like, all right, let's get it out. Let's not really talk about it a whole lot. It's just like, let's move past it. You see it with every other studio. We see it now with Arkane when it comes to Redfall. You need to have the back of the people who are making these incredibly tough things to make. And I'm seeing so little of that from everywhere that it's frustrating. And I'm not even the ones making the game. I just sit my ass down on the couch and press buttons. And
it brings me back to the Sean Layden quote about Vib Ribbon. It's like Vib Ribbon wasn't here to sell 1 million units. Yeah. That wasn't the point. It
wasn't the point. Mm-hmm.
It's like, because we're making art. God damn it.
Yeah.
It's just Cowboy Danger D writes in. I'm just going to cut myself off because I'm going to go on a rager. I'm just confused why the Hi-Fi Rush studio was shut down. It was great on the Xbox and a great enough to put on PlayStation. People were excited to hopefully see a sequel. I just don't get it. Is the money tight over there at Microsoft? If that was the case, why buy all these companies up?
Just to flex on them, I guess.
Right? Just to, I don't know, to motivate your other employees via vague threats. I don't know, man. This seems like, to me, it's like when they killed off Glenn in The Walking Dead. It's like a lot of fans are just like, we've had it. All right, this is it. We had enough.
We gotta walk away.
Because this is too much. Why shut it down if it was a success to you? And even behind closed doors, I believe Jeff Grubb was talking about this one day, where Xbox knew they messed up the launch of Hi-Fi Rush, and it wasn't on that studio. So then why close it down? Why? Because they weren't pitching you ideas, or they weren't in active development, so like just let them go? Is it because if Hi-Fi Rush is a success, then we have a really big problem on our hands, because then it means, oh, well, success is nice, but we want this level of success, which is like a la your Call of Duties. Or it was Aaron Greenberg lied on Twitter, and it wasn't a success, which now means anything and anytime any of these execs talk, none of their audience is going to buy it. Mm-hmm. So it's a
terrible problem to have.
Yeah, no one believes you now, and you could go on as many podcasts as you want, Phil, but like, it's snake oil at this point.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle, you would like a ping pong questions?
That's fine.
Would you like to take this one?
That's fine. Where were you? This is Cowboy, right? Yuna writes in.
This is Yuna. Yeah, Yuna.
Hey guys, Tango Gameworks thing hits hard after the Buy the Players discussion last month, because we all saw the success of how Hi-Fi Rush was. My question this week is, do you guys think this might stop devs for going to Xbox and going to PlayStation, or do you think devs will try to stay independent as long as they have to? Right off the bat, Yuna, I think of the Moon Studios dev I saw where he quote tweeted all this and went like, this is exactly why we didn't entertain any offers to be bought, because of the I'm paraphrasing here, but like the cloud of not knowing, the power's no longer in your hands at this point. And we want to make the games we want to make and not have to worry about this possible impending doom that might happen at the drop of a hat.
Back in the day, I would say, it's not them turning away from Xbox and going PlayStation, right? Back in the day, you would find a lot of comfort in like a third-party deal. That's what probably most devs would like. They would kill for that opportunity.
It's like IOI.
Nowadays, like IOI. Great example.
Got away from Square Enix.
Square Enix, they divested themselves. And so, like, nowadays though, it feels like nowhere is safe, and whether it's a big AAA studio, look at we have our doubts that Media Molecule is going to get their game out, right? Just because it is not a Ghost of Tsushima level game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what are the goalposts for these games? That's the true thing that concerns me. But get back to it. It's like independent studios, you have to constantly fight for funding. You have to keep on fighting for investment from, donors or, investors rather, or, smaller publishers. Like, they're taking a lot of risk. So no matter what, it's dicey out there. But I think for the bigger independent studios, your Baldur's, your Larians, your, CD projects, those are sustainable to the point that, and we've talked about it on the show, where like CD Projekt Red, I feel like is at the Bethesda level that I once held Bethesda back in the mid 2000s. Like they are self-sustainable. They're not available, but like they don't need to be bought out by anyone. Please don't do any of that. Right. And they are cautious enough to remain independent, like Larian. So I think independent is where it's going to be. You're going to be seeing, it's like what I said last year. You're going to see a lot bigger indie games that are on a AAA or high AA value very soon. I mean, you're already seeing it with Baldur's Gate. That's an independent studio. Alan Wake 2. Look at what is just coming out, No Rest for the Wicked, right? Hades 2. These are really high polished, really great looking games. The AA high indie quality games. Totally independent. They don't need to be bought by no man, Matthew Kennedy writes in from the Star. Hey guys, hope's all well. That's enough with the accent. I can't do it. My throat is so dry from the allergies. Okay. So more devastating news of shutdowns in what seems like another great year for video games. Xbox purchased Bethesda because Bethesda was for sale. That's true. That point is clear. But wasn't the entire purchase of this acquisition an ABK deal so that games can be preserved and played anywhere? Seems like subscriptions like Game Pass and PlayStation Plus really aren't sustainable, and that the only value that Microsoft sees in studios are their IP and not the developer. Quote, please take note that I said Microsoft, not Xbox. I'm in no way making this a fanboy rant. I love both ecosystems. I get you, man. I know that there are dozens of arguments going on about whether or not Tango was down to a skeleton crew, but things seem to be bad. They were. I'll get into it. Why would a developer want to take a chance on new IP if it's not bringing in COD money? There's so much more to clearly say about this, but I'm looking forward to Joe making his TED Talk. I think I just had it. For fans of both Microsoft and Sony games, or just video games in general, it's a scary world we live in. Thanks, guys. Looking forward to your insight and thoughts on this one. I mean, there are now questions about Game Pass for sure. And again, there are questions between like the debate between, the subscription models, where to go. Like, that's going to fund the studio. We don't need to think about it. Looks like that's BS. But also the $70 game is under more scrutiny than ever because money's more expensive than ever. So neither of them are the silver bullet, essentially. So we're in this awkward phase right now of like, well, it looks like maybe a hybrid approach to both works. And so maybe PlayStation's approach works a little bit better, but even then, again, PlayStation's running into their problems. So, yeah, there's only so many PlayStations out there. I don't know, Kyle. What do you think?
I don't know, man. This just all sucks. Yeah. I'm sorry, not my A game. This is all a downer.
Yeah, I know.
I hate it so much. I
know.
The jokey thing to say is like, well, is it really still the best value in gaming when it comes to Game Pass? When it's like not. I don't want to speak like I know it for a fact, but like it's not actually supporting the devs the way they make it seem to me.
Because there's still, it looks like in their data, there's still like sales goals that Bethesda games have to hit, and they're like, but we're on Game Pass.
Yeah, so
like that doesn't make much sense.
Consumer wise, sure, but like is it really that great for a dev who it's looking like it's not? And say the
Depends on
PS
the
Plus
dev.
stuff, yeah, it depends on everyone's situation. It's I just really just want to play video games and know that I'm going to continue playing the people who make the games that I love
Yeah.
in the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
And now every game I play, if it's not a established IP that's going to make millions and millions of dollars, as I'm playing, it's like, oh well, maybe this is the last one I get to play.
Yeah.
And that's the bummer about it.
Yeah. It really is. That said, we got a question from Jamie. Would you like to read that one there?
Of course. Jamie writes in, haven't listened to the pod in a while just because of other stuff in my life and having had no major news for some time. But the recent news and my current situation has sort of brought me back. I won't go into much detail, but I also got laid off last week. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jamie.
Condolences, my friend.
Absolutely. I know how that feels. It gets better. Take time to heal and take time to rest and collect yourself. It does take time. Don't rush anything. I cannot imagine how much it sucks for those that were laid off that were supposedly a success story for Xbox. I can understand layoffs when times are tough and your division/studio is struggling or is changing its overall direction. I cannot understand laying off a team that released a supposed successful product from the months of Xbox executives themselves. This is such a bad look and shows that it doesn't matter how much success you bring. Your company will lay you off regardless to improve their margins. With that said, the recent articles from Jason Schreier from Bloomberg and Tom Warren from The Verge have seemingly shown that Microsoft has given up on its initial promise this generation. Thinking about more cuts and doubling down on proven IP to me signals that Xbox no longer believes in the vision it had for itself when it created Game Pass. No longer can we say that Game Pass allows for devs to be free to create what they want, and it signals that Xbox was fine with the loss-leading strategy to gain market share up until Microsoft took notice of their division on their balance sheet. The fact that Microsoft saw the money ABK was making and essentially got Xbox to fold their strategy and retract or reconsider their plans just tells me that it was a flawed plan from the beginning. It required Satya Nadella trusting that Phil had the vision and believing that time was all he needed. My question is, where does Xbox go from here? Has ABK showed them that going third party is the future? Will Game Pass start becoming selective with day-and-date titles? Tying it back to PlayStation, we'll see PS Plus cut back as well, with how subscriptions are clearly no longer the future.
Of Rod Slusher in the chat, how does this affect me as a Switch user? Well, buddy, I don't know. You're on a PlayStation podcast talking about an Xbox topic.
Apparently, they're going to talk about the Switch 2 at some point next year.
Probably.
Who knows?
Yep. There's magnets on that one.
It's got a pop socket on the back.
Yeah. Oh man, if they did, that's unbeatable. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think a lot of this question, first off, excellently well worded. Thank you, Jamie. You know, what happens to PlayStation, or sorry, what happens to Xbox in the future? Where do they go?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, third party. I don't think anybody could kind of see this. Now we're hearing remnants of like Hellblade. I was about to say Helldivers. Hellblade 2 is definitely in discussions of
coming over
to PlayStation. Same with Gears of War. And I would probably bet my bottom dollar we hear about Starfield. I don't think anything's sacred. I think these things are happening, and on the spreadsheet, that makes sense. And I think for Microsoft, that makes sense. For, again, think about it like this. Satya ain't a gamer. These shareholders aren't a gamer. They see the money that just infused, you just been infused with ABK. When people go, hey, let's not talk about how if you take ABK out of the situation, Xbox is actually losing money, is actually down year over year. If you don't think a shareholder saw, oh, actually, with ABK, we're gaining money in this strategy. That a shareholder didn't have that same thought, we're fooling ourselves, and we live in a la-la land. They're definitely looking at what works, and they go, PC's working for us rather well. We're seeing growth opportunities there. We see stagnation and declines on the console end. Well, then let's just focus on PC. Let's put these games on other platforms. Again, Microsoft's not an exclusive company. They work with everyone. So it just doesn't seem like to them it's worth all this trouble to gain market share in a market that they don't even think is going to be that much relevant in the next 5 to 10 years. So yeah, who cares if we could squeeze all the juice out of this orange and then we just give it out to other platforms when we think we've got all we could get here? Who's that really hurt?
I mean, they gotta take a look at Microsoft dominating the store on PlayStation and be like, huh, people like our things elsewhere.
I mean, Satya's talking about it, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah. I mean, what does that mean for PlayStation? Again, like, hurrah, we won the console war. They now have an existential crisis that is, oh crap, kids aren't picking up controllers. I actually saw this from a developer. They were being interviewed about like setting up a demo station, and kids did not know how to use a mouse and keyboard controls.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, so we'll put a controller here. They didn't know how to use the controller. You know what they knew how to use?
Touchscreen.
The touchscreen.
Yeah.
Dude, when I talk to all my younger coworkers where I gotta boss them around and stuff, they're like, oh, Spider-Man looks great. Or like Ghost of Tsushima looks great. Waiting for it on PC. Like, they're so console agnostic-ish. They don't care about it anymore. And that's the frightening reality for Sony of what they have to figure out down the line. You know?
Am I wrong with saying that the gaming subscription service is getting dangerously close to the streaming cable cutting services of where like
they're
getting a little bit too big for their own britches and it's not really giving enough value for people and
it's more like they've hit a ceiling of where they can hit.
Thank you for putting it way better than I
No, don't worry about it. I know it's just so much depression for you in one episode. And that they're just like, okay, we have to look elsewhere. Consoles are not going away. No. Like people, when I say like it's not growing, it's like it's growing by 8% maybe. Like a single percent. That's not the growth they want to see. Right? They need to see more of it. So yeah, like this means PlayStation's gonna have to compete with PC, tablets, and how do you do that? By joining them. So like probably next PlayStation, you're probably going to see another PlayStation Portable that is like that of a PS4, PS5 level machine, right?
Can't wait to carry around a 6-pound handheld with me everywhere I go.
I can't wait to lug it around like I'm a
it better have a disc drive.
Stranding.
I better be able to put my discs in this handheld. You know what I mean?
David in chat, and listen, I'll take your word for it right now. It says, I'm a PlayStation dev, and it's legit scary time. Every project feels like a risk. Seems like there will be less risky, truly diverse projects in the industry wide going forward. Risk averse. They're scared because money is, again, more expensive than ever. So let's bet on things that we know are successful in the past.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's going to be success. Again, Indiana Jones. Great IP. Love that. Goddamn. Hundreds of millions of dollars. The Marvels. Hundreds of millions of dollars, right? It doesn't mean it's a win. They also got their problems too. So yeah, it's a bummer. And listen, that's it for the news.
Thank you, Joe, for carrying that segment because my brain was like, Kyle, you have just enough energy to make it until 10:30.
You gotta think about just fine dining and breathing.
I gotta brush my teeth. That requires some energy, you know.
Yeah, no, thank you. I was like I was on a therapy, couch, I
also had like a lot more things planned, and it's not coming. It's fine.
Because it's heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking. Yeah. All right, Flash News. Gotta go fast.
Man, do I have to go fast? Look how slow my arms are moving this week. It's just like,
All right, here it is. This is good news.
Let's do it, yeah.
Right behind me. Sea of Thieves, one of USA's best-selling PlayStation launches. Ooh-wee. Comes from Matt Piscatella. Sea of Thieves is having a great start on PlayStation 5 on the US market. The game finished second on Circana's weekly bestsellers tracking with April 27th, and up from number 36 the previous week. Sea of Thieves officially launched on the 30th, but had early access start on the 25th. So are they gonna? Yes. I don't think there's any debate anymore. So congratulations, console warriors, or my condolences to the battlefield. All right, it's like the Battle of Waterloo. Everything was on the line, and then they invented cannons. So Ghost of Tsushima. Oh, we kind of talked about this beginning of the show, but Ghost of Tsushima PC PSN requirements again. If you're playing Ghost of Tsushima, you're hyped about it. Sucker Punch has confirmed you don't need the PSN for single player, just for Legends mode. But Legends mode is tight, dude. Come on, let's go. Hey, Kyle. Stellar Blade reportedly selling out in Japan. Congratulations for Stellar Blade and the physical copies over there. Seems like Stellar Blade is off to a really good start. Congrats on you, Stellar Blade. Maybe that's why they censored it in Japan. All right. Sorry, no, I don't need the heat today. There's a lot of men's rights folks that were after me last week's episode that didn't understand how regulations work. All right. MLB The Show 24 gets an update, adds a new Derek Jeter storylines where he gets shot. Stadium creator props.
Why? I'm like typing something and I can't monitor you. How dare you?
You shot Jeter. He's a biracial angel. Kyle, does this grab your goat?
I mean, I think the storylines in MLB The Show this year and last year are the best things that MLB has done for a while now.
Okay.
This is exciting. Nice. They had early start of Jeter's career already at launch. So this is just adding new bits of his career to it, which I love that. Yeah, it's cool. And the stadium creator props are like generally exciting because when you play MLB The Show so much as I do, you run into just playing at the same stadiums and it feels a little stale. So having like alien stuff,
okay, cool.
It's kind of cool in the background. Like last year they added like dinosaurs and whatnot. So that was kind of cool. Yeah, it's exciting. I have feelings about MLB The Show overall, which are bummer, just card wise and content wise, but it's great.
Cool. Mark Hamill will voice the Joker in Multiverses. Ah, shit, this is what gets me back in, huh? Right.
Just when they thought, I thought I was out.
They bring me back in with Mark Hamill. This comes from the VGC, by the way. Hamill will again partner with Kevin Conroy's Batman in his portrayal of the DC villain. The two are best known for facing off in the Batman animated series and as well as the Arkham games. It's possible that Multiverses could be the final feature of both Conroy and Hamill following Conroy's death in 2022. Rest in peace, my friend. Best Batman.
Yeah, hands down.
You wish me happy birthday.
That's awesome.
All right, I don't need to get more sad. What a bummer. All right. Kyle, little segment this week called What You Been Playing. Black Wyver writes in. Hope both are doing well. I'm doing, you know what? I'm doing great. I'm doing good. Got through the hard stuff. Now we're in the fun stuff, Have you both played Tales of Kenzara Zao? Recently completed the game and had a great experience for the price point, $20 by the way, here in the States. Considering it's the studio's first game, I think it's brilliant. What are your thoughts? Kyle?
Joe?
Have you been playing Tales of Kenzara Zao?
I haven't downloaded.
Fair enough. That's effort.
I want to. It's been a game that I've been looking forward to since we first saw it. Just real life is getting in the way.
Fair enough. Now, no pressure, but we do plan to have him on the show soon. So,
I'll get it done. I'll get it done.
And trust me, I shall. I have it downloaded as well. Dave the Diver has taken up all my time. Between Stellar Blade and Dave the Diver.
Yeah.
Between making sushi and slinging a blade. But it is definitely a Portal Pal game, which gets into my next question. Kung Fu Temp writes in, just starting to see portals at Best Buy. Yes. And wondering how they dew in the sun. I wanted one over the winter, but wasn't able to find one. And now that it's getting hot in Cali, I would like to play outside. I have good Wi-Fi, so that shouldn't be a problem. I just don't want to hurt the screen. Getting close to finishing Dave the Diver and thinking of getting that plat. You should get that plat, dude. It's good. It's achievable. This would be a great portal game. Should I get one to finish it while I lounge outside? Or would that be a waste of money because the sun screwed up my screen? Or there is just too much glare. Thanks for the podcast once a week. I love it. Thank you, Kung Fu Town.
My Wi-Fi is not good enough for me to play outside, so I can't offer anything to this conversation.
I've not played it outside because to me that is way too distracting. There's just so much stuff coming, around me.
The air touching your skin,
touching my skin.
You touch grass. You don't want to do that anyway.
All right, you lose awareness. All of a sudden, you meet a bear. Or a man, depending on which one scares you more. It's the bear.
I enjoyed the image in my head of you just walking around, not aware of what's going on, and you look up, oh, a bear. All right, Back to Dave the Diver.
It stands right up. All right, this is how I meet my end. That's a great question, though. I don't even mess with like screens outside. I don't know. I will test this out for you, Kung Fu.
I think I mentioned it before, but there's something going on with my portal I'm not happy about.
Yeah.
The directional buttons get stuck I don't know.
Because all that honey.
Oh, what are you saying? I'm Winnie the Pooh? What's going on here?
I'm saying you could be one of those. You may be a bear. We don't even know. You may be a psyop, is what the kids say, I think.
Oh, okay.
Psyop for the bear community.
You know what?
And now, again, yeah, sure. Depending on what community you're part of, that could have meant something different.
I'm
talking about Yogi the bear.
I was legit just talking about the legit animal called a bear.
Right. I said it out loud, then my mind caught me.
That's fair.
Kyle, anything you've been playing recently?
Just Rebirth. Like I mentioned earlier, one side quest left to go. Then I can finally allow myself to continue the story. The reason why I didn't get to like Kanzaro Zao or another Krebs treasure yet, or continue that is this weekend was literally, hey Kyle, you're in charge of the kids. So when Owen is down here with me, he actually enjoys me playing Dave the Diver, or I give him the controller and he will swim around, and when he sees the shark he both gets excited but gets scared. And then every single time I defeat a shark and I go to harvest it for the restaurant, he goes, what are you doing, guy? What are you doing? And then I have to have that kind of discussion of like, I need the meat for the restaurant. He goes, why? Well, maybe in a year I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't worry of the animal that you absolutely love. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it.
In my stomach.
And then he sees the menu item of the shark head, and he's like,
nice.
What? What's that?
Yeah. I'm loving Dave the Diver. That's
a good time.
Yeah. I know I need to get back into Final Fantasy. So I gotta finish up Stellar Blade. I'm at the point of no return.
That too.
Yeah, I'm at the point of no return. God, I love this game's action, man. Like I love this game, and so I just want to collect all the things first, beat the game. That should be done by Sunday, and then I'll be Final Fantasy and Dave the Diver. So I should be ready to go. And then once I'm done with Final Fantasy, back to Stellar Blade for the plat. And then I get to plat Dave the Diver. That's where I'm currently at right now. Yeah.
Well, guess what, Joe?
What's that?
We're about to talk about it.
Oh, yeah?
Tomorrow, May 9th. It is a hell day for indies.
Oh, my goodness. Kyle, are you holding on to something?
A pen.
Oh, I'm holding on to Kirkland store brand ibuprofen tablets.
Hell yeah, dude.
My back hurts all the time.
Anti-inflammatory all day, every day. You know what I'm saying?
May 9th. Oh, sorry. Prepare the drop. Here are the latest deals and deals coming to the PlayStation Store. You get it.
Yeah.
I can't do the voice. Allergies. May 8th, Prisoner of the Night. PS5, PS4. May 9th.
Oh boy.
Animal Well. This is on your PlayStation Plus
Day one.
Extra.
Yep.
Day one. Download Animal Well. It was my game of the show at PAX East.
It's real good.
Yes.
Give it a try. Enjoy it. Go for the ride.
Yep.
Should be a great time.
And if
also,
you don't, you're a piece of...
They also just announced Limited Run's doing a physical version.
Ooh.
Like already. Nice little collectors and regular for Switch and PS5. So
nice.
Definitely need to pick that up.
And then forget Backcountry because we're in Crow Country. PS5, PS4.
6-1 Indie has a review up right now.
Ooh. Is
Austin really enjoyed it. That is the old school Resident Evil fixed camera kind of thing. Survival horror game. Looks great.
Okay.
So if that sounds like your jam, look into Crow Country.
All right, I like it. Also, you know, if you guys have like reviews on any of these games at 6-1, just make sure you say it. Like, oh, we got this one in a review.
I just did.
Oh no, just like you could say it more often. Be loud and proud.
Oh yeah, no. Most of our reviews are PC only, so we don't get to talk.
Oh,
about
fair
it.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
PC sucks. All right, Gift on PS5. Imagine Earth on PS5, PS4. I don't have to imagine it, friend. I'm living in it.
Living it.
Pac-Man Mega Tunnel.
Hell
Battle
yeah.
Chomp Champs on PS5 and PS4. Rainbow Cotton on PS5 and PS4.
Which is a beloved gaming franchise.
Oh.
It's is it a shmup, I think?
I hope.
I could be wrong here. Rail shooter, yeah. It's
Ooh.
it was Dreamcast game. And this is the 5th installment of it, I think.
All right, Rainbow Cotton.
Yeah.
So you think you're too good for numbers? You think you're too good for it?
Or this could be like a reimagining. I don't know. Too many games.
Fair enough. That's it, Kyle. That's it. That's been the show. But before we're done, it's the last segment and our favorite segment of the night. It's time for the Sony Pony Express.
Yeehaw! Bertos Maximus writes in, hey guys, my first bit for tonight is a spotlight for the both of you. Oh, thanks, Bertos. I've been in a real dark place recently, and your podcasts have been lifting the dark cloud for me. Your humor and content really does bring a smile to my face, so thank you for what you do, and thank you for always bringing us the best content despite being busy with life yourself. This week, House of Slanger and Banger are getting the win for me. Appreciate you, Bertos. I honestly wouldn't have tried half the games I have since started to listen to you, and wouldn't have fallen in love with Final Fantasy VII and Helldivers. So again, thank you, and may the odds forever be in your favor. Now praise over. So praise over. That's it. We're done. Have a good one. Keep doing what you're doing, and stay healthy, lads. Your friend across the pond. Thank you, Bertos.
Thank you so much.
I hope that dark cloud goes away quick.
Yeah.
And stays far away from you. For a long time.
I've been going through it since Marty's passing.
Yeah.
It's hard, man. It's so hard.
Yep.
So, I was talking to Kyle. I was like, this is finally the first good week I felt like, oh yeah, this is great in a very long time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It ebbs and flows.
We're always here for you.
Just go with the flow. Everything will be okay eventually. Like Joe said, I've been going through it pretty hard myself. So reading this stuff,
I could get real, if I've been seeing a psychiatrist, like I'm trying to now find a therapist, like take care of your mental health. It's important.
Absolutely.
Man. Yeah. And just know that like you have people all around you, even us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Suetonius7 writes in, sup gents? Question for the Sony Pony Express. Yeah. Or yippee-ki-yay. I know yeehaw is the official catchphrase, but are we not also going with the theme of cowboys and cowgirls? You know what? Fair. I've had this idea slowly taking form in my brain for a while now and wondered your thoughts on it. Men, and sad to say it is primarily men, hardly ever leave positions of extreme power of their own accord.
Ooh.
For all his euphemisms about, quote, spending more time at home, end quote, Jimbo ultimately left his position because his failed bet on live service games had set PlayStation, more importantly Sony, back financially and in their medium-term goals, and he was likely to be shown the door soon. As he left as a millionaire with a golden parachute, the highest price for that mistake was paid by the thousands of employees laid off by Sony as a result of his failures. Likewise, quote unquote, Uncle Phil made big bets on acquisitions as a means of growing Xbox. At that time, Microsoft was a weaker company than it is today, as the quote unquote most valuable company in terms of market cap, and it likely saw Xbox as a much bigger part of its future. AI now holds that crown for, right? AI?
Yeah.
Okay. AI now holds that crown for them, but the bills are still due for the near $100 billion that Uncle Phil spent, none of which is likely to be recouped anytime soon. Seriously, even if all those acquisitions started generating $2 billion in profits annually, it'd be 50 years before they recoup their costs. And thus, we continue to see this unrelenting pace of layoffs across the studios Xbox acquired, even as the company surpasses the trillions of dollars valuation. Is there a metric under which you'd consider Phil's strategy a success? If not, does he remain in power solely because he's seen as a quote-unquote real gamer? While Jimbo was correctly identified as the empty suit I still see Phil as?
First off, I would like to say, Sirtanis, with respect, I just found out Margaret Thatcher, all right, UK Prime Minister from 1979 to 1990, longest running Prime Minister in your nation.
20 years.
She was a G.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think she was a good person.
I don't know.
That's as far as I go, right? Right?
Probably.
I don't know. British politics aside, I have no idea what's really, I don't know. Do you guys have politics over there?
I think Brexit was a thing, right?
Yeah, right. How did that go? Okay. No, we're gonna get the British folks fighting in our Discord. I'm just gonna be like, I think both people are making great points.
Oh no, I think Phil's strategy. Oh man, it's tough to even think of it as anything like a success with the recent news, but like, it got people talking about Xbox. It gave people a reason to go and get Game Pass and try out these games in the moment. Now everything seems a little bit sour, but I could see his strategy being sound as much as we don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, okay, look. He transformed Xbox into Microsoft Gaming, and Microsoft Gaming was at one point, not anymore, for like a second, flash of the pan, I guess, bigger than Windows, depending on, I guess, the time of day. So like numbers wise, sure, great. But at the end of the day, also he got there via the acquisitions from ABK and Bethesda. But at the same exact time, those acquisitions, a lot of legalese, a lot of jargon in between. So like, yeah, I would think he is a success on paper. I don't deem him the savior of Xbox though. And I was getting a lot of heat in DMs about this, where it's like, yeah, no, on paper, he's very successful. But if I were to take a temperature in the room right now, I think we got to the same point Xbox was at in borderline was at in 2014 with the Xbox One. It took us a little while to get here, but we're back at this point where it's like, well, so what? Xbox is going to Sega? It looks like they're Segaing, right? I don't think he's the quote unquote like savior of Xbox. I don't want to give him the white knight status because I don't feel like most CEOs or C-suite execs really deserve it. Because I think it's the people's hard work that get companies to where they are. Not to say that their leadership isn't, all for nothing. I just think that, yeah, he is a tad bit overrated. There you go. That's my long-winded. How I feel at the moment's very conflicted. If I can be like, I'm very sour because of all these layoffs. It's really hard for me to go, yeah, Phil Spencer's fucking great. 2,000 people gone in a year alone. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, it's really hard for me to say that. I can't not say that, yeah, he's navigated the company to do all sorts of things, but the Xbox division?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
It's all around weird mumbo jumbo.
It's just a very bad. The last year has been just very bad to celebrate any real people power in gaming.
Yeah,
just in general.
It's like my feeling is like, I feel the same about Phil Spencer as I do with Jimbo. They're both suits. One's just better at answering questions than the other.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Was Jimbo better at it? 100%. I don't think there's any even denying that.
Unless he's writing emails about his cats.
True.
Delicious Morsels writes in, "Good evening, gents, or as good as it possibly can be given the news these past couple of days. Anyway, a write-in for the ye old Tony Pony Express today. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
Or yippee-ki-yay! I'll
They're
workshop
getting
it.
into it.
I'll
They're
workshop
getting
it.
into it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I recently wrapped up watching Shogun on Hulu, and let me tell you, instantly an all-timer for me. What a phenomenal piece of television. However, without going into any detail to be mindful of spoilers, it just kind of ends. They've also stated that this is where the book it's based on ended as well, and there are no sequels to the book, so a second season is unlikely. I took some pondering, but I ultimately came to the conclusion that I do actually kind of like that ending just as it is. Now, to tie it back to games, last year Final Fantasy XVI got some flack for its somewhat open and ambiguous ending, though I rather enjoyed it too. Same. My question to you guys is, what do you think makes a good ending to a game? Does every minute minute little plot thread need to be wrapped up perfectly for you to be happy with it? Or is it fine for a game to leave things open to interpretation, even if there is never an attempt to elaborate further through a sequel or other means? Can an ending that leaves you with more questions than answers be considered good? Keep up the great work as always, guys. I have a
Bloodborne.
I have a perfect answer to this too.
Go for it.
I was perfectly fine with just The Last of Us Part 1.
Oh.
I was fine with the way that game ended. Did not need to tie up any loose ends. I was happy with how that ended, how ambiguous it was, how controversial it was, and I loved it. Every second. Favorite game of all time. When they announced Part 2, I'm so excited, but it is like a game that we don't need. And that is now also one of my favorite games of all time. And even there, have not plot holes, but threads that aren't wrapped up neat and nice. So I love finding stories that leave things open to interpretation. So when I go back to play it, I get more out of it each time. And I view those kind of stories as to why I want to play them a little bit different than like movies. Like I'll rewatch The Goonies all the time, but that's like a fun popcorn thing. I'm not learning anything new when I watch. But playing a game, that is something that like, I never really noticed like how good Ashley Johnson acted as Ellie in this scene a little bit.
Fair.
Like little tweaks here and there that I may have missed. And I'm totally fine with endings not being for everybody. When you play a game, everyone brings real world stuff into it. Like my takeaway on God of War Ragnarok is different from yours. Hell, it's different from Mike's, our friend of the show, Mike Tandro. He was not a fan of Ragnarok, and while I, on the other hand, love it to pieces.
Yeah.
But I think that's the beauty of a story and game, where if you make it too cookie cutter, it's a detriment.
Right. I think you're totally right. I like the Last of Us answer. It kind of gets me thinking of like, well, as long as you don't end abruptly with "Don't Stop Believing," you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think for me, it's all about the journey, not the destination. But I think the Last of Us analogy is really great. I think every Elden Ring ending, like, there's a certain ending in Elden Ring that I like a lot, but like those are always ambiguous. Like From Software is always pretty ambiguous with it, but god damn it, do I love them. So it's like, I'll need a Vati video to explain to me the ending, but I think I dug it.
Another movie example, the ending of Inception. Right. I love it because you don't know what the answer is, and everyone can bring their own thing to it. And I do enjoy. It's not saying I don't enjoy games that have a finite end and wrap everything up nicely, because those are great too. I like having the discussions of why I like things and why you don't. That's fun.
I like that. Good question. Great question.
Papa Taz 44. Did I skip one?
No, you're good.
Okay. Papa Taz 44. Hey fam, question for the Sony Pony Express. Yeehaw! Yippee
Yeah.
ki Pow pow. Yeehaw! Have you had a video game, or I'm sorry, maybe Let's Workshop reach for the skies a little bit?
Ooh,
You know,
I like that. Yeah.
Have you had a video game or game series that you feel have been there for you when you're at your highest in life and when you were at your lowest? I just got married, and while I was going through all the nerves on my wife and I's day, I noticed I've had a Persona game of my life for the last couple of years. Playing Persona 5, I was depressed and I had a hard time going to my previous job. Persona 4 was there when I got promoted, and finally Persona 3 Reloaded was there leading up to my wedding. First of all, congratulations.
Congratulations. There's a theme of mental health in this episode that I just dig. Yeah.
Yeah. There are definitely games where I look at them or I think of them when I'm at like the lowest points of my life. It brings those things up.
Mm-hmm.
I distinctly remember me not finishing. It was Deus Ex, the third one, whatever the last one was. I forgot the subtitle.
Mankind Divided.
Maybe, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I was playing that when I got my dad came home from, it was like summer, I think, came home with a letter in the mail saying that my teaching certificate was up and I could no longer teach unless I got that. And that destroyed me because I missed out on a whole year of work. I had to redo hundreds of hours of professional development, retake tests. It sucked. Like my whole life spiraled out of nowhere, and I can never look at that game or attempt to replay that game ever again because it'll just bring me right back. There are other ones as well that it's similar, but that is like the one go-to.
For me, good memory. I'll always shout out Spider-Man, for helping me get out of my funk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was the game that like I lost Marty. It is the only thing that like really picked me up. I was looking forward to, and I think that helped me a lot. I know it sounds cliche or whatever, but like I don't think if I had that game, I would be doing okay. Yeah, it was a game that, because there's no way I could play Alan Wake during that. Like that would be too much for me. And then like talking about games that are in my highs. Oh man, that's a great question. Got to think about like when was I the happiest?
Well, I have an answer for that, but it's like a double-edged thing.
Go for it.
Like I view Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us Part 2, everything that we got to play while we were locked down as an escape that made me happy because everything else was so full of shit.
Yeah.
Those are like some of the quote unquote happiest times when I play games because I had time for better or worse, and I had these to distract me from them, and they're all great.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna sound pathetic, but like, Mandalorian season 2 is probably one of my peak moments, guys.
Right?
Me like freaking out, and you know this scene, you know the end of season 2, how that ends, and my brother and I go, no way, no, this isn't. Oh my god, it's happened. Oh my god, that's like what in the. How are they pulling this off? This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, and then the week after me getting COVID, almost dying. I'm like, at least I got the end of Mando. If I go, I got that. But like the happiest I've been, I mean, I remember not having a care in the world, like when we were kids, right? Like Halo is there. Take your pick. Halo 2, Halo 3. What's the Shape of Italy? You boot someone out. Like those are the days, man. You could be vile human beings to each other, you know? But Halo 1, I think, is the most pure because it was just me gaming with my brother, co-oping until just marathoning that game constantly. Yeah, those are good times.
Shout out to any time I play NBA Jam as well.
Ooh,
just brings me back to a kid being in an arcade and playing. I want that cabinet so bad. Don't know where I'd put it, but I want it so bad. Final question on the Sony Pony Express. Yeehaw.
Okay. Yeehaw.
Master Ox says, "Hey guys, my question for the pod is, how much is the price or how much does the price of PSVR 2 affect it sales wise in your opinion? And how can Sony make it more affordable? I personally can't even afford buying AAA because of the insane prices, 105 Canadian with taxes. So buying a PSVR 2 is completely out of the question for me, even if it interests me. It's insane for me that it is more expensive than the console."
I mean, here's the problem. Sony wasted its resources on VR again. It got vetoed.
That sucks just saying and hearing because we were such fans of it.
It's right next to me.
Yeah, it's right there. I haven't put it on, but like I'm still a fan of VR. I love what it does.
Yeah, it's a detriment, and they're having issues. Just MetaQuest, the one that's the most successful at it, like they're just getting people in. Like they're trying to lower the cost of that headset by such an amount just so that they can push more of these. So for it being a $500 plus console here in the States or headset, alongside a $500 console, that's $1,000 right there. There is nothing that they can physically do to make that thing more affordable, and that's the death nail of this. Again, I love VR. I'm not saying it. I'm not a hater in the slightest. But to me, at this point, if you have a PSVR 2 headset, good luck to you. Let's play all the games we can until they close the doors, because that's how I currently feel about the headset. Nothing you can do sadly.
Really quickly, got announced today, one of again bringing up Mike, second time on the podcast, one of his favorite games of the past couple of years called Spin Rhythm XD is coming to PSVR 2. It's a very fun rhythm game. So we're eating a little bit, I guess.
A little bit.
See,
a little bit. Well, Kyle, listen, that's been the show. Honestly, Kyle, can I be real? I think we did pretty good.
I think you did pretty good. Not my best.
I think you did amazing. You know?
We'll see.
You're great. We'll see.
We'll put out the polls.
This bashful song. Yeah, who did better? Man yelling at clouds, man who stared and watched man yelling at clouds. Kyle Stevenson, sir, been an honor. Is there anything you'd like to spotlight before we get on out of here?
Myself, Mr. K-Step, pretty much everywhere. 61indie.com, 61indie on podcast services and on YouTube for all things indie games. Like I mentioned before, we have the Coke Country review up there. We have Indica review. We have I don't know if I could say it live, but there's one tomorrow. Not a place. It's not a console game. It's a PC game. Okay. Going live. So yeah, a lot of indie things going up. Let's go check that out. And now more than ever, I don't know how many people wait this long in the podcast and listen this far. When the moment they hear you go, okay, Kyle, where can they find you? I just imagine a lot of people stop listening. Yeah,
because this is where usually I tune out. I skip.
But now more than ever,
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah.
Tell a dev you love their work.
Yes.
Shout them out. Show them some appreciation, because of this news is not just a Microsoft thing. It is a worldwide industry thing, and people are feeling it. Tell the people who make these games how much they mean to you.
Yep.
So please, please, please do that.
Yeah. Whether it's a game you just beat, whether it is your favorite game of all time, no matter the size, the scope, the whatever, single person, whole big team. If you like the animation in a game, if you liked, the sound was the thing that captured you the most, shout out. If it's a voice talent, shout them out, man. Tell them thank you for what you did.
To you. Talk about it.
Talk about it. Spread the love, because you're right, and I think that's a great way to end, because just shout out the folks that make games that we just get lost in. Yeah. And I think we focus too much on how we got here rather than celebrating the folks that are here.
But before we do end, because JD Gamer in chat, I don't know if JD's trying to troll or not, but brings up a good question I want to bring up.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite game from either Tango or Arkane Austin or what was it? Roundhouse Games and
Roundhouse.
I forgot the other one. Because he brings up, did we play Hi-Fi Rush and Ghostwire Tokyo? I platinum Ghostwire Tokyo. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world, but I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, and I'm maybe 2.5 hours into Hi-Fi Rush and loving every second. But shout out to Dishonored, man.
That's what I was going to bring up.
Never beat a Dishonored.
Oh my God, you're missing out.
But to me, when I think of play the way you want to play and go about the level the way you wanted to go to, I think Dishonored. Yeah. Of every single way you can infiltrate and find different ways to access different parts, just like, holy crap, that game was way ahead of its time.
My biggest sin was getting to the Clockwork Manor and stopping. I forgot what got in the way, but I didn't. I loved Dishonored 1. That was one of the times when I made a brief escape into PC gaming way back when. That was one of the games that I played the crap out of. I loved the original Dishonored 1. I remember playing Prey and going, not for me. I remember being so excited for Redfall and then hearing the reviews and I was like, rather not.
We said it earlier. I can't wait to play Evil Within and finally play them. Not because they're closed, but like it's been on my radar for such a long time.
That said, accessibility options wise for this is a great question because like Hi-Fi Rush is a game I would love to get into. Everybody knows I suck at rhythm games. Is there an accessibility option where it's like, hey Joe, we get it?
They do make it easy for you. I haven't gone too deep into it, but there is a meter that shows you the beat, and no matter if you're on beat or not, the attacks will still happen. You'll just get a higher score if you are on beat. So it's like you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
You can still play and beat the game, but being on beat will give you extra points and whatnot.
All right. I like that. And again, we have a by the players discussion on Hi-Fi Rush that will come out this week. That will be this week's bonus show. So go check that out. Evil Within, also excellent. I really, really, that was when I was like, I'm a little scared of scary games. But I do think Evil Within is one I will definitely hop back in and like try. Because I hear nothing but great things about Evil Within 2. Like, nothing but great things. So that is something definitely I'll be picking up. A great question, JD. Great question. That said, guys, that's it. That's all we got for this week's trophy room. Hope you enjoyed. I know there were some serious topics, but I think we had fun nonetheless. Hopefully you got something out of it. With all that said, you can find me over at Mr. Badbit. You can find the show over at PS Trophy Room on Twitter. If you liked what you heard this week, please consider rating us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It really does help us out. It gets us more notice on the charts. Apple and Spotify have changed their algorithms, so it really does help us out when you rate us 5 stars. It helps us out tremendously, so that'd be amazing. And you can support us over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. You get tons of bonus shows, you get bonus content, you get special little admin stuff on Discord. It's fun over there. So make sure you subscribe there if you haven't. And with all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, thank you so much in the live chat. Keep your wits about you, keep hunting, and keep playing PlayStation. See y'all.
Bye. Have fun gooning.
Yeah, gooning game.
We're off.